Habari gani familia angu, mambo jumbo, karibu, mi kanisani. And I know that you might be looking around yourself and saying, that isn't our kanisani. This is my kanisani. This is my kanisani. The way that I look at my home is that my home is a sacred place, and it is dedicated to the worship of the Most High Allah, in Hebrew, Hashem. What does Hashem mean? Ha means the, Shem means name, the name. The Hebrew faith teaches that the name of God itself can only be used during prayer. In Islam, we call God Allah. You know, but Allah means God. It's an Arabic word that means God. But anyway, enough. Let me not get into lecturing anybody about my beliefs. My dear friends, I want to ask each and every one of you to do your Mimini Eli-Ben-Eli. Eli-Ben-Eli is gonna, your Babu Eli-Ben-Eli is gonna ask you to do me a very big and important favor. I want you to go to your subscribe button and poke it with your finger. Hit it. And hit the like button. You know, don't wait until later on in the video to decide that you're gonna hit it. Hit it now. Why should you hit it now? Because we can get that out of the way and we can proceed to the rest of the video. You know, first of all, I want to tell each and every one of you that has celebrated Hanukkah, you know, Shavua Tov, and as to those of you that are celebrating the other festivities of this time of the year, happy holidays. I hope that you all are having a wonderful time. I hope all of you get to see your relatives and friends. I just hope everybody's having a wonderful time. This is an excellent time of the year. You might be wondering, why is Babu Eli wearing a cloak? I'm wearing a cloak because I feel cold. And okay, it is actually cold. It's approximately 69 degrees Fahrenheit in my apartment. I don't know how cold it is outside. I'm going to guess it is very cold, you know. But I wanted to take an opportunity to visit with all of you and talk about somebody who I rarely, if ever, talk about, you know, but I just can't help it. D. Mwango and I am Mara and only Mawira. You know, I'm gonna talk about the three of them because some things that I may make comments about the engineer, the Bush engineer. But you know, let me start by saying this, okay? You know, in the jungle, what is the mightiest lion in the jungle? What is the mightiest animal in the jungle? That's the lion, okay? The Maoist party began like the party of a lion. It began with a roar. How is it ending? It's ending with a fart. It's ending with the passing of gas. I saw a video today that was so pathetic. It just, you know, it's like, it's emblematic, it's symbolic of everything that's been going on with the Marwa Mafia, Marwa, and their wretchedly miserable attempt to get that party going. Even until this point, you know, they just managed to barely manage to complete the gate. It's not actually completed. Okay, their walls still remain to be built. But, and I don't know that if the gate is working. They cannot demonstrate that the gate works at this point. But, you know, I want to bring to your remembrance something important. This is the party where we expected the clouds of heaven not to actually be clouds. We expected clouds that included tens of thousands, if not tens of thousands of helicopter, airplanes, balloons, gliders, anything that flew to be hovering over the Villa Medellin in the kingdom of Nyabohansit. All of them busily demanding of the helipad control tower, damn it, Marwa, let us land quickly. We're running out of gas. And Marwa say, mos, pole. Everybody will be serviced. Everybody will get an opportunity to come down, bow down to me, and offer me presents. Please come down. Mos, pole. Funde. Mura. Pole. I'm making a video. We were supposed to see the parking area where the water tower is located. There were supposed to be at least 2,000 or 3,000 cars a day. I haven't seen a single car parked. When it comes to all of the Mazungu visitors that were going to come, the beautiful young women with, compromised morality who were going to come and throw themselves into Marwa's bed and, all of this wonderful stuff that was supposed to be going on. None of it happened. What you got was a hungry woman from Argentina begging for chocolate and trying to steal other people's presents. A woman who doesn't have any hips, doesn't have a backside, doesn't have any breasts, and who Marwa, in one of his recent videos, referred to her as him. which kind of tells you something about how feminine the woman is. None of that has happened. What we got is a mosquito infestation the likes of which you have never seen. El Niño made rain to pour down on the head of these people. Poor Diana Kemi and baby Carol were faithful to go there and try to assist. They stayed in a tent, which got flooded out repeatedly. The clay bath is a joke. At any given moment, it's full of trash, full of rubbish, flooded with water. And I'm convinced that some people have gone. I'm convinced that some people have gone to the mud baths to do number 2, when the pit latrines that they dug were too dangerous because they were filling up with water. They had one person fall into a well. No one wanted to take a chance to fall into a pit latrine flooded with water and overflowing with sewage. But the thing that I saw today that was the most pathetic was a big vision. One of the visions that entered into the brain of Marwa, that one of the visions of an incredible compound was that they were going to build a big, everything in that compound. It's big, except for the septic system. They're going to build a big water tower that was going to serve as a guard tower, and they were going to put a water tank on top of it. What I saw today was them struggling to get that water tank to the top. It was supposed to already be there, and it wasn't. Today, one day before the party ends, they're still struggling to get a tank up there, and the tank a couple of times fell. And everybody screamed and ran for it. And finally, only Mawira proved to be the hero of the occasion. He got a stick with something tied on the end, and he helped to push it up, and finally they got it up. But the whole thing proved to be a farce. It's like, I make you a promise. That tower will never be filled with water, and it will never supply anything with water. Just getting it up there was the big triumph of this whole party. But I saw a video today. I forget the name of the young lady that posted the video. but it was a video in which he speeded up a tape that was made, from the Mwango. The Mwango, the most beautiful, the most seductive, the most intelligent, the most important female YouTuber in all of Texas, at least in at least in her own mind. Dee Mwango posted a video in which she took on anybody who was requesting that she come to Nyabohanse to participate in the party. There is a great artist, a great woman artist. I think her name was Greta Garbo. I may be wrong, but she's a German American. I forget what her name is. There was a German American actress who's supposed to have said the famous line, "I want to be alone." That is Dee Mwango. You know, the woman who grew up eating ugali, grew up swimming in a muddy river, you know, who had her bedroom trashed by rats that ate up her bedroom furniture and pooped all over her bedroom. This woman is now too important, too much of an aristocrat to be surrounded by humble peasants. She chose not to come back. And Marwa is lividly angry. Why is he angry? You know, Marwa is not a sentimental man. He's angry because he had expected her to return to the villa along with Aaron Dante, along with Coco Boy and Coco Girl, so that he could beg and pluck them clean of as much money as he could. And all of them smelled a rat and decided not to come back. And so Mara currently is very upset with his sister. What does the future hold? The DJ of the whole party has said that the party is about to conclude until next year. You know, if after this public humiliation, after this public embarrassment, Marwa still wants to try, you know, to do it again next year, my hat is off to him. My hat is off to him. And you want to know what? Probably the same kind of thing will happen. The poor, hungry people of the village will show up and treat Marwa like if he's some kind of... The Marwa cult will not go away. The Marwa cult will stand strong. They'll come back. You know, I don't think that anybody's going to be stealing goats and animals on the second go round. But I think that they will come back. I think that they will support Marwa. In the meantime, you know, Marwa will leave, go traveling. If there's a story that is told about a great politician, you know, who... I'm going to clean up the story a little, but he's supposed to have bought a big piece of cloth. And he went to the tailor in his town, in which he's very well celebrated. And all of the tailors that he went to in his town looked at the piece of cloth and said, "This is not enough. This is not enough to build you a suit of clothing." No, I'm sorry, I cannot do that. Finally, he went to a neighboring town with the same piece of cloth to a tailor. And the tailor knew exactly who he was. Let's say, for the sake of humor, that the man told him, you know, "I am the king of Nyabohanse. I'm here to see if you can make a suit out of this fabric for me." And the man looked at the piece of fabric and said, "I can make you a suit. I can make you a suit with 2 jackets, possibly with 3 pants." And the man was astonished. And he goes, "How? The tailors in my town, in the kingdom of Nyabohanse, told me that they can't even make one suit out of this." He told the man what Mara is going to hear as he travels. sir, you're just not that big a black man over here. Whenever, my understanding is that whenever Mara, if you take Mara out of Nyabohansit, some of the more famous citizens of Kenya will go, Mara who? They don't know who he is. Now, if you take Mara out of Kenya altogether and you take him overseas, people just stare at him and it's like, why is this man acting so foolish? And he'll tell them, I'm one of the biggest YouTubers in Africa. Very, very big. Very big. I like everything organic. People are just going to look at him and say, sir, you're just not that big a black man over here. You know, we see all of the big stars, Denzel Washington, Jay-Z, all of them come here. These are important men, but you, who are you again? Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for Marwa. You know, in a way, in a very sad way, the party has proven to be a flop. Publicly, he has been proven to be a fool. So much of the work that he paid a small fortune for was squandered. The work of building the clay bath. I heard A.M. Carroll say that rock is so expensive in even in the village. Look at all the rock that they built. Look at all the laborers that they had. And of course they had the bush engineer directing that, you know, that Congress of dunces in building the clay bath. It came to nothing. Okay, some of the African girls from the village and from nearby communities came and shamed themselves. You know, these are married women and they're there wiggling their behinds and dancing almost naked, and you know, all of this trying to get views on YouTube. But you know, the person I feel sorry for is Mawira. He thought he was gonna make so much money, and he was gonna get to massage all of these Mazungu women, all of whom would tell him, Mawira, I will take you back to Europe or America or Asia. You're going to be rich and everything. Mawira made himself scarce. You know, you hardly, even though he calls himself Playboy, you didn't see him all that much at the clay bath. That was a dismal failure. The big fish pond that was going to surround the property, it turned out to be a muddy hole that started smelling like sewage. When sewage started leaking out of the septic system into that part of the villa, and it was only on one side. It didn't surround the property. Even now, to the next to the last day, today is the 17th of December. Tomorrow the party concludes. Even now the roof is leaking. Even now the toilets are backing up. Even now they finally, I think that Maura begged and pleaded on his knees for TJ1 to come back. And even though TJ1 came back, probably after having been bribed with money and everything, when he came back, even now I'm willing to bet you that the YT isn't working properly. The party was a wretched failure. I mean, it's like, and I suspect that out of all of those people who were working in the kitchen, someone has a secret stall in the marketplace where they're selling oil. Where they're selling cooking oil and all kinds of other things that they were telling Mara, you don't know how much food it takes to feed all these people. You know, it's like the whole. And by the way, if that was happening, can you blame them? They were not being paid anything. They were being used as slave laborers. You know, and as far as the Mwango is concerned, I feel a lot of compassion for the Mwango. You know, it's hell to live with older brothers and sisters that consider themselves big shots, and you have to be in their shadows. And I'm a younger child, and when it came to time for me and the time came for me to go to high school, even though I'm the youngest of the family and I wasn't supposed to have a choice, I talked the school officials into letting me go to another school. Why? Because I wasn't interested in going to a school and having people say, oh, that is so-and-so's little brother. I wanted to be my own person. So I respect the Mwango taking the position of saying, no, this isn't what I like, this isn't what I want to do, so I won't do it. You know, and she chose not to go back and allow Marwa to pick her pockets and to con her into giving him money. Folks, once again, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. Let's smash that button. Help me to get, you know, closer on my journey to 1,000. You know, and I have already initiated the process of being monetized under the new YouTube policies that allows a person to, at 500, to get monetized. So, you know, I really, really hope that all of you will subscribe to my channel. I hope that you will share and comment. You know, the people that I love the most are the people who take the time to make comments and discuss what I say and tell me what they think one way or the other. You know, I must say this and then I'm going to end the video. A couple of people have told me, Grandpa Eddie, what would you do if Marwa went on vacation, or Marwa said, keep my name out of your mouth? First of all, Marwa is a public figure. I'm free to comment on him. That's number one. And as long as he's around posting video, I'll make comments about him. But in all frankness, I have plans to start including other subjects. Pardon me. I'm not just going to limit myself to Marwa. I'm going to start commenting about my faith. I'm going to start commenting about American politics. But, you know, bear with me. Mos. Pole. Mos. Be patient with me. This is a growing channel. Help it to keep on growing. Great things are yet to come. I had a very exciting conversation with a friend of mine who is also going to start posting. I had a fascinating conversation with a niece of mine. Mos. Pole, familia Angu. Better things are coming. In the meantime, God bless you and have a very happy week and a very happy holiday season. Kwaheri.